Monkeys came from men, dinosaurs too by the way, and jellyfish came from outer space. Hi everyone, my name is Alex, and today I'm going to debunk the craziest theory about the origin of dinosaurs. Put on your tinfoil hats and let's get started. Chapter 1. You are a degenerate. Evolution doesn't exist. It's all a conspiracy invented by scientists with Darwin at the helm. Instead, Alexander Belov, the author of the book Dinosaurs Came From Men, introduces the term involution, that is, degradation. According to his theory, all living beings do not evolve, but degrade. The monkey evolved from man, and modern man will soon degenerate too. If you did not know who Alexander Belov is, he is the author of such bestsellers as The Secret Lineage of Man, Magical Rituals of Ancient Civilizations, and The Mystery of the Third Eye. In search of inspiration, he turned his attention to dinosaurs and dedicated his new book to them. Loud claims require loud evidence, so what does the author rely on? As arguments for monkeys coming from men, he cites his personal drawings. Belov also argues that the monkey simply had no incentive to come down from the tree to start walking on two legs and use tools. On the contrary, having appeared on Earth, man began to actively degenerate and climbed up a tree. Dead-end links of human evolution like Homo naledi, Belov calls degradants. But if the best representatives of people lived in the beginning of everything, then why there were no civilizations, no tools, not even bones after them? The author has no answer to this, but he writes the following.
In a global sense, the discovery of Homo naledi once again indicates that humans come from outside, from the vast expanse of space, and then only degenerate. It's been displayed many times and probably will continue happening, unless something changes in the cosmic alchemy and the consciousness of people. Perhaps with the development of technology and technocracy, the Earth will cease to be a lagoon for degradants, which it has been for a long time.
In general, Belov is very fond of the words degradation and degradant. In his book, they occur more than 100 times. He builds theories on his inferences and suitably fits made-up facts to them, while modern science builds its theories on facts. Nowadays, the theory of evolution is not questioned by the scientific community. New discoveries appear that close missing links in the evolutionary chain, but the basic thesis remains unchanged. All because each of them is based on dozens of studies. We study these works to create the most realistic models of dinosaurs and animals. Find out more on our website. Chapter 2. Dinosaurs evolved from humans. Yes, this is the next theory the author puts forward. Humans colonized the Earth several times, but began to actively degrade. After one of these colonizations, humans turned into dinosaurs.
The dinosaurs had more time for inheriting evolution over tens or even hundreds of millions of years. They probably didn't have anyone in their way. The hot and humid climate and the fashion of the time made them bipedal degenerates of the horrible losers, dinosaurs.
Although Belov denies evolution to explain how humans evolved into dinosaurs, he says that this is how humans adapted to the environment of that time. But the adaptation of species to their environment is one of the mechanisms of evolution, except that it doesn't happen in the way the author shows in his drawings. Belov claims that the first dinosaurs were more perfect, and therefore then they only degraded, but modern paleontology takes a different view. For each species of dinosaur, a family tree is created to trace how they became more complex and evolved. New traits emerged and were passed on to their descendants. Each of these stages can be traced in found fossils, so the ancestors of Tyrannosaurus rex were much smaller and did not yet have the advantages that allowed it to become the most dangerous predator on the planet. You can learn more about T-Rex in another video on our channel. Now, let's imagine that involution does exist. Imagine? Humans populated the Earth and began to degenerate. But why at the same time, in the same climate, some people turned into predatory dinosaurs and others became herbivorous stegosaurus and diplodocus? And how do we explain why some dinosaurs remained warm-blooded and others became cold-blooded? The answer to this, as well to many other things, we will not get in this book. Chapter 3. What jellyfish originated from? So what about arthropods and jellyfish? Didn't they also come from man? Not this time. Along with human ancestors, other intelligent beings colonized the Earth, whose descendants are jellyfish and arthropods. And once they got on Earth, they degraded too. According to Beloved, jellyfish have eyes that are too complex for a creature that has no brain, and of course, it inherited them from its more intelligent ancestor. The same is true for arthropods.
Many people may have some disgusting fear associated with arthropods because of some echo of the confrontation between the human species and arthropods. How representatives of intelligent arthropods will treat us, only very God knows. But let's not demonize intelligent arthropods too much. They are intelligent, and you can expect anything from unintelligent degenerates.
Scientists have long ago found an explanation for why jellyfish have such eyes, and their eyes are deliberately out of focus so they can't see small details. These eyes are good at distinguishing large and stationary objects, and they can point them out. It turns out that Beloved talked on jellyfish and Wayne, and they still need eyes. And by the way, the lack of a brain will definitely protect them from what I will tell you next. Chapter 4. The Earth is a reserve for degradants. In the past chapters, we have already talked that dinosaurs descended from man and humans came from outer space.
Earth people are descendants of space people, widely spread on other planets of boundless space. We do not even have anything to compare with to determine the true level of development of these space people, whom the ancients called gods.
Beloved believes that humans came from outer space because the human body is better adapted to a different atmosphere or even zero gravity, and the complete absence of remains of spaceships or tools of extraterrestrial origin does not confuse him in the least. The question arises why space people needed to populate the Earth at all. And the answer is obvious: to create a reserve for degenerates.
Reserve planets should be what they are, a reserve for degradants. They should not be visited by messengers from civilized space. Wildlife is welcome there. Those who do not wish to live in space society scenery may be dissolved to planets like this.
Like this video if degradation is more important to you than living in a space society. We prepared this review without the help of aliens. The theories presented in this book do not stand up to criticism and rather resemble the drafts of a second-rate science fiction novel. Our team loves dinosaurs and does not consider them degenerates. Scientific approach and creativity help us to recreate their appearance as accurately as possible so you can see them in theme parks and museums. And that's it for today. Subscribe and click the bell.